What's up, family? Trail here, and we are about to end the first month of the year. And what a way to introduce this year with some new fourth stimulus checks that are expected to come sometime this year. Now, we have a money tracker for all of the trillions of dollars that was approved by the government, as we want to know where that money is right now, which most of the money still hasn't been allocated to the American people. But today we have a few states on the verge of approving of new fourth stimulus checks for a 2023 arrival. And depending on the recession, on how it affects us later this year, we could possibly see even more. Now, let's go over the details in just a moment. But first, you guys already know what to do. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, as well as hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Well, this is rather shocking. The FDA is thinking about making annual COVID vaccines every single year. Yes, guys, as you can see in this article, it says that the FDA recently laid out its vision to provide annual COVID shots. The FDA is asking the committee to discuss what information would be needed to update the boosters on an annual basis, including this particular fall season. The hope is that a routine immunization schedule like the one for the flu would lead to increased vaccine uptake. Now, when you have the recommendations that are changing every single day in regards to COVID-19, that can certainly lead to a little bit of confusion, according to the director of Master of Public Health Program. But this is really important opportunity to kind of hit the reset button in a way, and to say this is what it's going to be like moving forward now for all of us. Yes, guys, the Biden administration officials are expected to release updated data sometime this week, and they're going to be talking about whether or not these vaccines provide a fair way to protect us individuals from the current variants as well as the new variants, which we'll likely see sometime this year. We still don't know exactly how this stuff continues to mutate, but COVID is still a part of our lives. So, guys, they are discussing that we might have to get these COVID shots on an annual basis. But again, guys, take that with a grain of salt, because things are still changing every single day in regards to COVID-19. But in the meantime, guys, you know that it is rampant right now in several different states. So you definitely want to protect yourselves as well as you and your families. Continue to stay safe out there, guys. Moving on, guys. Hey, we did hear from Meta, which is formerly known as Facebook, in which they have made the decision after 2 years that they are ready to reinstate the former president Donald Trump's Facebook account. Now, according to Trump's campaign team, they had petitioned the company to reinstate their account sometime earlier this month, and they sort of pitched it in a way that they were saying that a continual ban from Facebook would amount to them silencing Donald Trump's political voice as he continues to run for the next president. Yes, guys, it says that Meta will lift the ban on Donald Trump's Facebook and his Instagram accounts in the next coming weeks after a suspension that lasted more than 2 years. Now, this particular decision restores the former president's access to a platform that he used to powerful effect as a campaigner, and could potentially boost his faltering for the 2021 fundraising events. But a Trump return could also lead to more election misinformation on the platform, according to the Democrats, which obviously they would say that. And guys, yes, Donald Trump is about to be reinstated on Facebook as well as Instagram. Now, we've talked about it previously that he is already being reinstated on the Twitter platform once Elon Musk purchased the company for billions of dollars. However, Donald Trump has vowed that he will not return back to Twitter because of his current company, which is Truth Social. He will continue to post his messages to his around 5 million individual followers on that particular platform. But again, guys, we might actually see him go back to Twitter just because he had over 80 million followers on that platform, especially as he continues to run for the next presidency. And speaking of the next presidency, guys, there are some rumors that Representative or Senator Marjorie Taylor Greene could be his running mate. As you can see right here from his long friend Bannon, he believes that Miss Green sees herself on the short list for one of Trump's VPs if he wins the 2024 presidential election. So anyways, guys, keep that in the back of your mind because it may actually happen, although I don't believe it will. But anyways, guys, moving on, guys. Hey, in regards to some stimulus update news, guys, hey, I did find this particular website, which is the covidmoneytracker.org, in which it kind of talks about all of the trillions of dollars that have been approved by the federal government as well as the Biden administration. And as you can see right here, guys, we are seeing trillions of dollars. In fact, in regards to legislative action, we are seeing around $6 trillion. And then looking at the Federal Reserve actions, we are seeing around $7.1 trillion. But the biggest question is, where is all of that money? We haven't seen that much money going out to the American people, and we definitely haven't seen that money helping out different businesses and things like that. So the biggest question that many Americans have is, where is all of this money? Yes, guys, we do need to talk about it because there is a lot of money. And where's this money coming from, guys? Taxpayers. Taxpayers are having to pay for trillions and trillions of dollars in regards to the COVID response. Some people believe in COVID, and then you have some Americans that don't necessarily believe in COVID at all, in which they believe that this is just all a cover-up just to get trillions of dollars, giving it to the rich and the wealthy individuals. But again, guys, the biggest question is, where is all of this money? Yes, guys, we know that inflation was a huge issue in 2022, especially for the American people, especially for our low and middle class individuals in this country. And now that we are entering in 2023, inflation is still a huge issue. In fact, according to this article, it says that over 60% of Americans are actually in favor of more stimulus checks. Yes, guys, we do believe that. I'm sure you guys believe that as well. And I believe it myself, in which it says right here that when the pandemic, lockdowns, and supply chain interruptions made a nasty dent in the American economy, Congress went to work passing a series of relief plans, including some stimulus checks that put money directly back into the Americans' bank accounts. Stimulus checks of up to $1,200 to eligible adults went out in April of 2020, and a second round of up to $600 came out between December of 2020 and January of 2021. And then President Biden passed the American Rescue Plan, which also provided another $1,400 stimulus check. But the biggest question is, will we see a fourth stimulus check sometime this year, guys? Well, while occasionally stimulus money won't solve most people's economic woes, they tend to make the biggest difference to people with less than $500 in their checking accounts, according to a recent report. And yes, guys, if you are questioning whether or not stimulus checks actually work, well, yes, guys, they do. Stimulus checks do. They stimulate the economy. And with us entering into this recession, which is particularly going to get even worse over the next few months or so, we could be on the verge of receiving a fourth stimulus check on the federal level. But in the meantime, we are still receiving fourth stimulus checks on a local state level right now, guys, in which we have a few states that we want to talk about today in this video that have already introduced more stimulus checks between the amounts of $500 up to $1,500 for families, in which the first state that we have on the list is the state of Texas, which I will remind you that majority of the times we don't receive necessarily anything in the state of Texas. You guys know that I live in Texas right now, and a lot of people in the comment section on these videos are asking me, when is Texas going to provide another stimulus check on a local level? Well, to tell you guys right now, guys, that Texas is probably not going to provide a stimulus check. However, they are on the verge to provide some relief in regards to property taxes. Texas is one of the states that has a large amount of property tax for individuals that own homes, in which the governor of Texas, as well as Lieutenant Governor Patrick, they want to prioritize property tax relief ahead of the next session. And what that means is that they want to particularly work towards lowering the property taxes in the state of Texas because it is one of the highest states around. And yes, guys, according to the Tax Foundation, Texas ranks 6th highest for property taxes paid as a percentage of owner-occupied housing value. It ranks 11th for the state in local property tax collections per capita of $2,098 annually. And yes, we have an extraordinary opportunity, unlike we have had never before, to chart the future of the state of Texas as well as to create a vision, he said when he first laid out his plan sometime last month. Now, again, like I said, we probably won't see a stimulus check. However, they do want to provide some of this stimulus relief aid in the form of lowering property taxes for homeowners. Now, the problem with this is that it doesn't necessarily affect everyone that lives in the state of Texas, because if you rent out an apartment or you don't necessarily own your home, you really won't receive any benefits whatsoever. But again, guys, I just wanted to at least share this information with you that the governor of Texas is trying to provide some relief in the form of property tax relief for those individuals that are homeowners in the state of Texas. But I do have another state that we want to talk about right here, and that as of yesterday, guys, yes, New Mexico governor has proposed $750 as well as $1,500 tax rebates sometime this year. And yes, guys, this has actually been introduced earlier this month, but they recently talked about it again yesterday. They brought it up during a legislative meeting in which they are still trying to push this through, getting the right approvals to get this thing done before the end of this year. And they are saying that they are on target to get this thing approved so that they can provide these tax rebates by sometime this summer. Again, it says that these particular tax rebates could go out in the summertime if they get approved by legislation. Again, a month after suggesting a new round of economic relief or tax rebate payments could go out to New Mexicans sometime in 2023, Governor Michelle Lewin has finalized her support for a specific proposal. The governor is endorsing a Senate Bill 10 legislation that would send one-time tax rebates of $750 to single tax filers or $1,500 to joint tax filers. Now, this is just one of the latest proposals, marks the second year in a row that lawmakers have pursued rebate legislation. And last year, lawmakers passed 2 different rebate bills that were related similarly. One bill sent out $250 and $500 rebates in July to New Mexicans who made under a specific income threshold. And then the second bill passed during April of 2022, giving out $500 or $1,000 to any New Mexican who filed their taxes regardless of their income status. So again, this is the third round of them trying to introduce more relief for the American people in New Mexico. So again, guys, like I said, the governor has already passed off on this particular offer, and hopefully this particular bill does pass very soon. And if it does, you could see these checks coming sometime this summer for the New Mexico state. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to let you know that. And the last state on the list that we have is the state of Alabama. It says right here that Americans could be set for between $200 and $500 in direct payments under a $2.7 billion plan. And yes, here is the information. It says that money worth up to $500 could be going back to a group of taxpayers. The state of Alabama has a budget surplus that exceeds $2.7 billion. And as a result, it has the luxury of providing help to residents in the state to deal with the high inflation. Arthur Orr, Alabama State Senator and Chairman of the Education Department Budget Committee, said that lawmakers are working with Governor Kay Ivey on a rebate package that's worth a total of $500 million. And some other areas of focus in the budget would be on tax cuts and education. And in a statement from the government, they said that, look, we believe that after we take care of the state government, at least on the education side, we have enough money to send back to the people of Alabama who sent it on us in the first place. or said in a statement according to the local ABC affiliate news. And in addition to that, with the economy and with inflation, they're struggling, and so this would be a small manner of relief to provide to the Alabama individuals. So again, guys, like I said, Alabama is on the verge of trying to approve of some additional stimulus checks that could be provided to its residents. And again, guys, this is all in regards to the budget surplus of around $2.7 billion. And they want to take some of that surplus, $500 million, and send it back to the individuals that pretty much made this budget surplus a thing, the taxpayers in Alabama. So again, guys, like I said, this could be worth up to $500 going out to families in Alabama. But again, this bill still needs to get passed, and hopefully it does, guys. But anyways, guys, hey, those are the specific multiple stimulus checks that we have on the table right now for some time this year. And so far, they are looking very promising. But again, they still need to pass legislation. But again, guys, hey, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. But feel free to check out some of the links down below, because there are a few offers for you that may be beneficial, such as the free Amazon Prime membership for free for 30 days, or you can receive 12 stocks for free worth $3,000 after you deposit $1, as well as some other opportunities, such as Rakuten is giving out $30 after you make your first purchase. So if you are interested, hey, those links will be down below in the description, and it really helps out and supports this channel. But anyways, guys, hey, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.